Now, this next person that's about to come up knows all about dealing with pressure. Dr. Kristin Day Shute was a 3-time national champion in the sport of women's swimming and diving. She was an 8-time All-American, and in 2015, she was the NCAA Woman of the Year, the first ever student athlete from the state of Pennsylvania to receive the honor Woman of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kristin Day Shute. Well, similar to Hannah, what I found really fascinating when I talked with you not all that long ago was that you also were not, I guess you could say, recruited in a traditional sense to come to Clarion. Let's talk about how you ended up here at Clarion.
Yeah, so I really only dove 2 seasons in high school, so I didn't have much experience in diving really at all. But I was a gymnast my entire life and was also doing trampoline in high school. And I wanted to continue trampoline after I graduated high school, so I wanted to continue that career. But I was coming over here to dive with Logan Pearsall, so he was giving me lessons while I was competing in high school, and he kind of got the spark that I might want to compete diving in college. And he was doing fantastic here, and he talked about how much he loved the program and he loved Coach. So, you know, that kind of got the gears turning that I might want to come over here to continue my diving career. So I obviously started talking to Coach a little bit, and I really only talked to one other program, but I chose Clarion because I absolutely loved Coach and loved the program that he had built here. And I was able to continue to compete trampoline, which I was training in Reynoldsville, which is about a half hour from here. So I was able to commute to still compete that, and Coach was very supportive of that. And then I also chose here because of the academics. The chemistry and biology department were fantastic and very supportive and helped me get into medical school and, you know, continue my career in medicine as well.
So because you had all of this time here at Clarion, you spent your training with Logan and speaking with Coach, you were familiar with the legacy of the program. And what I want to know is, do you feel like, because of that legacy, do you feel like that put extra pressure on you as an athlete to perform?
So yeah, coming over here and knowing that, like, I knew Logan had a handful of national titles, and then you see the banners of Jamie Wolf, and you're like, oh, wow, she's incredible. You know, you see how great they are, and you see that everybody is doing awesome, but actually, at first, no, I wasn't thinking that those were my shoes to fill. I was just gonna come here and just learn and do the best I could. They had said, like, yeah, you'll make it to nationals and you'll probably do pretty well, but I was just like, I'll just show up and, you know, just do my thing. I really didn't worry about anybody else, and just showed up freshman year and ended up like second, and was like, oh, okay, so I guess I can kind of do this. So after that, then sophomore year, I kind of stayed kind of like top 5. But then after that, I realized that Coach had only not had a national champion like 4 years, and 2 of them were the ones that I was there, and I was like, I better step it up. Like, I don't want to keep losing, and when, like, he has a name to live up to. So then by junior year, I was like, all right, you got to step it up, and we definitely stepped it up our junior year. That was an incredible year. We took all 4 titles that year. So I don't think I lived it up to Jamie Wolf, though.
You mentioned Coach Hrovat. First off, I know that we talked about this. Coach probably is really mad at me right now that I'm even bringing him up. But you had the chance to dive for one of the great coaches in collegiate history. I mean, it's been proven by vote. So talk about that experience, having dived for Coach Dave Hrovat.
Yeah, so he is just incredible all around. So whenever I first started talking to him, I just loved his passion for the sport and the program and like the legacy that he had built. But he's so good at coaching because he coaches each kid differently. You know, he coaches each kid the way that they need to be coached, whether that be harsh or, you know, or to baby them a little bit, you know, and it could be very different each day too, and he's just so good at being able to read that. You know, there's days that you're laughing, days that you're crying, and he reads that and can coach that. And what's also very cool about Coach is how he can get so excited about each different athlete's goals, like even like baby steps. He gets so excited. It could just be a back dive or a back 2.5, and he's just so excited if that was a goal for you or something new or something that you've been working on. So just being with him, he was able to show how to be a good coach and was able to make you, like, he was so proud of you that it continued in all aspects of your life, that you wanted to just make him proud, and definitely helped me get to where I am, and you just want to make him proud.
This program is really known for the tight bond. It seems like every year we come back and the divers are all just so close and they're so proud of one another's accomplishments. What do you remember about how that bond, that familial feeling formed while you were a student athlete?
Yeah, so while you're here, you spend so much time together, getting up and training at 6 in the morning and then coming back again later in the afternoon. And, you really make such great bonds with your teammates. You become like family through the good times, the laughs, the picking on each other, the tears, and then getting to go to nationals together and making the best memories of your life and getting to share those experiences with your teammates. It really creates a tight bond. But even more than that, you have like all of the alumni that will call and say, like, I know nationals is coming up, good luck, we'll be watching live stream. And just having that support system from even the alumni that you don't even know, but they're there for you and they've been through the same experiences. So it's truly a family, even back to older alumni that you don't even know. It's incredible.
Let's go back to 2015 very quickly.
Yeah.
You were named the NCAA Woman of the Year, which, as I said before, the first student athlete from a Pennsylvania-based institution to win the award. Reflect back to that time. What do you remember about the process, the award ceremony, and have you had a chance to reflect on just the sheer magnitude of the fact that you did something no one else has ever done?
Yeah, it's still pretty crazy. But the whole application process it's very intense. I mean, you make this long application, you try and put everything on it to make yourself look good and hope that they, see a few things that might make them pick you. But, they pick a school representative and then a conference representative, and then it goes on to national, and they pick the top 30, which is 10 from each division. And the top 30 get to go to the ceremony and dinner in Indianapolis. So getting named to the top 30 was already super exciting and incredible. And then they named the top 9, which is 3 from each division. And whenever I got named to that, I was pretty surprised. And I remember my grandma was so excited. Like, she was like waiting and waiting for top 9, and then it came out and she was like so excited. So I was just ecstatic just to make it that far. But then getting to go to the ceremony, you meet all the girls like a couple days before the ceremony, and talk about incredible women, from Olympians to people starting their own new nonprofit organizations, and just the atmosphere is something I'll never experience again. But then at the ceremony, you don't know who's going to win out of that top 9. They don't tell you until at the dinner. And I really didn't think I was going to win. There was Olympians in the top 9. Like, they're of course going to win. But they called my name, and I was like so shocked. But I was so happy. Coach could be there. My parents were there. My grandma was there. It was truly humbling. And talking about reflecting back on it, I don't think much can beat that. I mean, I even graduating medical schools wasn't even as cool. But so other than like getting married and having kids, I don't think that anything is really going to beat that.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank or acknowledge here?
Yeah, of course. My parents, for sure, for all the opportunities that they gave me, and they provided me with so much. I can't even thank them enough. And then my brother and sister for, coming to every meet and dealing with me being the spoiled little sister. And my grandma, who's no longer with us, but she was my biggest supporter and traveled to every meet and was always so excited for everything. And then my husband, I thank him for Being my support system after I left Clarion and helping me get through med school and transition into my career and out of athletics, which can be harder than you think, leaving the sport and not getting to do athletics every day anymore. And then my teammates, obviously, out there, and Coach. I can't thank Coach enough. Like I said, I came here not thinking that I was going to do much, and I ended up with 3 national championships and Woman of the Year. That was all in Coach's plan the whole time, but I had no idea. But surprise, here we are. So thank you, Coach.
Dr. Kristin Day Shute, everyone.